Today on MH News, we're sharing with you our top 5 tips for profitable lighting. Welcome to MH News. I'm your host, Matt Haslam. Last week, we shared with you our top 5 tips for profitable filmmakers, so click right here for that episode. But this week, we're talking lighting for live events. Now, lighting isn't something that everyone offers, and almost 95% of live events don't actually have any form of lighting, because the cost in having lights is so massive. For most people doing live events, the audio is much more important, when in truth the visual aspect to any live event is weighted much heavier in the audience's mind than the auditory aspects will ever. So you can have great audio, but if you don't have great lighting, your audience will leave unsatisfied, and chances are they won't return. Now in filmmaking, this is completely different. This is only for live events. But even the cheapest lights, which are halogen parcan lights, it's almost $50 for each one, and normal parcans can only project one color at a time because of the limited capabilities of only being able to house one color gel at a time. So most smaller shows, like many bands and performers do, require at least 20 of these $50 lights. Plus, if you only have parcan spotlights, your show will become known as extremely boring. So our goal is to lower the cost, up the quality so you can maximize the profits. So our number 5 tip for lighting is to replace these halogen parcans with newer and more efficient LED parcans, such as the Chiffon Par 64 Slim, which is priced at around $110 each. And while the price of these are more than double that of the halogen version, you don't need anywhere near the quantity, since each LED can change color without color gels. This allows you to save on equipment cost, set up and tear down labor, and valuable space in transport and on stage. Coming in at number 4 is the rule of symmetry. It might be easy to add a spotlight wherever is needed for a certain special effect to be achieved, but if you only need one of these lights, it's important to hide the physical spotlight with some sort of drapery, as to not disrupt the audience's perception of symmetry. For most lighting, the audience is disrupted and confused if you only have a spotlight shining from stage right, but no similar light shining from stage left. So not only is it important to split your inventory and make sure lights are positioned parallel to their position on the opposite side of stage, it's also important to program these parallel lights to turn on and off together. Next on our list, number 3, is the efficiency of moving head spotlights. While even the most cost-efficient professional moving heads come in at around $1,500 each, having moving heads is essential to any lighting design. Newer models recently introduced to the market, such as the Chiffon Intimidator 350, like the one behind me, not only offer lighting designers the ease of creating wonderful moving beams of light throughout the audience and on stage, with 360-degree rotations and elegant gobos for many different types of events. But moving heads can also save thousands in labor cost, since just one moving head can replace the follow spot and individual operators. Number 2 on our list is controllability and DMX programming. Sure, having a chase scene play throughout your entire show is easy for you as the performer, but believe me, audiences hate seeing the same lights turn on and off in the same pattern for 2 hours straight. You have no idea how many times I've seen this from other bands and performers. A simple and cost-effective solution is to purchase the American DJ MyDMX interface with software, coming in at a mere $300, which is thousands cheaper than most programs on the market. This offers you a way to program your whole show, see virtual 3D renders of your stage with different lighting scenes, and save on having a lighting operator, since you can just hit play at the beginning of your show and not worry about lights ever again. You can even program lights months before the show and show your clients exactly what their show will look like. So it will also help you quote jobs and get jobs that are worth more. Finally, our number 1 tip for profitable lighting is to attend seminars in your local area. Many lighting professionals attend either NAMM, biannually held in California and Nashville, or LDI, annually held in Las Vegas. But there are plenty of other shows around the world which are more cost efficient for some people to attend, such as those on the East Coast can attend the DJ Expo, held annually in Atlantic City, or similar conferences held in New York or Florida. Attending expos not only allows you to learn from other lighting or audio professionals and network with them, but it also provides the opportunity for you to purchase the industry's newest gear before it goes on consumer shelves, and at a highly discounted price than you will ever find outside of a conference. Most times these conferences are free to enter the main hall of the conference, but do cost something for seminars. Now obviously these tips are for those who are just getting into lighting and want to know more about what gear to buy, how to begin lighting designing, and so on. For those of you who have the appropriate gear and know the basics, we encourage you to set up your entire stage and work with your lights. There are no rules in lighting, and there is no piece of advice that would accommodate every single designer, since every designer chooses his or her own equipment. So I, nor any other professional lighting designer and engineer, can tell you how you should design your show, since it's impossible for me to know exactly what gear you have. All I can advise is to work with your gear fully set up. That way you can see what lighting scenes work, and maybe move your spotlights around every so often on stage just a little bit, just to see it a different way. What I can say is any professional designer can walk into a room and within a couple minutes, he or she will know exactly what lights he needs and where. And within a half hour or so, he should have lighting design ready for the entire event. So practice with your gear until you start to see that type of intuition begin in your career. If you have any tips or tricks you'd like to share, or if you'd like to mention a seminar that you attend, please comment below on Facebook or YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Right now we're doing a 5-part segment on our tips for profitable filmmaking, this video on lighting, audio, music, and finally a mystery week. So don't forget to submit your ideas on what that mystery week should be all about, or your questions for upcoming Q&A to info@MHNews.com. Thanks for watching, and see us back here next Sunday for a brand new episode.